guys. Hey, happy Sunday. It's Nikki Smith. I know it is really early. I think is, I'm on Central Time. It is 6:16 Central Time. I have actually been up probably since like 3 o'clock in the morning. Now, I am a morning person. I'm not typically that early. But I've been up really early, guys, because I've been bothered. My soul or my spirit has been bothered trying to understand the group that I serve. Now, let me tell you what I mean when I say that. I mainly serve salon owners. I have been in this industry now, as most of you all know, for a very long time. And I serve salon owners, and I love salon owners. I love the industry. I love what it allows us to do. I just love everything about it. But I just had an epiphany, and the epiphany actually came to me yesterday. I had to take a drive. I'm in Chicago, south suburb actually of Chicago, and I had to take a drive to Waukegan yesterday at about 6 a.m. in the morning. So because I'm a morning person, I really love morning drives. I love them. So I got up and I had to go to Waukegan, which is about an hour and some change away from me. And as I'm driving, this is my think time. I love just being in a car thinking. I listen to a lot of audiobooks. That's kind of what I do. And you see, I'm actually preparing for class. That's why I'm also here so early. What I was really thinking about was how to change the thought process or the mindset of a culture. How do we do that? When we think about a lot of the people, no matter what industry they're in, and they've come before us, the way change was influenced in all of our generations, for those of you all that have lived long enough to see change, it has always been a cultural shift. It's always been a shift of a way of thinking, an acceptance or non-acceptance. It's always been something that had to click here before things could really shift. So when I think back to the civil rights era, same thing. When I think back to even some of the bad things that we talk about, when drugs infiltrated our country, it was a shift. It was what happens in shifts is, and this is where I'm going, is in shifts, or I'm reading a book right now by John Maxwell called Leader Shifting. It's a brand new book. It's really good. And it just talks about how we gotta keep changing and shifting. But in those cultural shifts, as the mindset starts to change and the people that we're trying to influence, it generally also comes with opposition, naturally. And opposition could come in many forms. We know through the years, and I'm not a historian, so I can't give specific dates or timelines to things. But I do know with everything that we've shifted and everything we've evolved into, there's always been some opposition. There's always been some opposing force. You know, today is Sunday, and for all of my Christian, saved, sanctified, Holy Ghost-filled people, you all understand that every time God moves us in another direction, there's a force. There's a force. There's evil. There's people. And just like God uses people, so does the enemy. And so there's always this fight with this shift and really understanding what makes people do or not do what they do. Let me get plugged up a little bit here, guys. I don't want to lose you. So here I am now, and I have been coaching. I'm going to charge up here so I don't lose you. I got juice on every phone, I think, except this one. So I have been coaching salon owners now successfully for about 2 years. Now, that's when I say that, I mean formally coaching. I've been informally coaching for a long time. I've been informally sharing information, or let me define what coaching is for those of you all that may not be clear. Coaching and mentoring, first of all, are not the same thing. They do sometimes cross over. Coaching is more of a formalized, empowering, resourced, information-laden program that has a distinctive beginning and has a distinctive ending. Mentoring can be for a lifetime. It can be forever. When we talk about people that mentored us, that's really more example-based, support, emotional support-based. It's more of something that really is infinite. I am a coach. I obviously have to take on some components of mentoring as well. Because when people have emotional blocks, then it keeps them from moving, right? So here we are now. And I woke up about 2 a.m. this morning. I didn't physically get up till about 3. And I really understood something about the people that I serve. And let me tell you what prompted this. I've been doing the coaching now hard for 2 years, and the owners that about 50%, let me not say all, about 50% of the owners that I actually serve, I came into this with this ironclad, blueprinted, step-by-step, save your business, how to, from taxes to structure to staffing, my stuff has it all in it. It was all business related. And as I started to proceed in these different areas, I found that I was constantly getting pulled into the area of the chair, of clients, of figuring that out for people. Now, I can do that too now because I did it successfully, and that part is easy for me. But it forced me to really kind of, I don't want to say fully reevaluate, but reevaluate a little bit. I think I was naive to believe that everyone, or mostly, most of the salon owners or stylists / salon owners went into opening a salon because they wanted to run a business. This is what I believe I'm 50 years old. I have believed this since I was probably in beauty school, that people open salons because they want to run a business. That's all I thought. I didn't see it any other way. But let me tell you what I've discovered. And I'm having to reevaluate how I approach coaching because of this discovery. I'm spending 50%, if not more, I'm being generous actually, of my time when I'm doing coaching calls, when I'm evaluating, on teaching owners who are obviously still service providers in their business. I'm spending all this time teaching them how to build their chair. And at first I'm like, I'm not understanding this. I'm not understanding why I'm having to spend so much energy in you building your chair. And I'm not also, I'm just being transparent here. I'm also not understanding you being in this thing for 20 years and you still scrapping for people. And I'm not understanding where this thing went wrong. And you decided to open your salon in the midst of this. And now we got 2 problems instead of 1. So I'm seriously, guys, I'm like, God, help me understand, because I'm trying to follow the script, so to speak, loosely, because I can freestyle too if I have to. But I'm trying to follow the script. And in following the script, let's say we get to the part of I'm trying to help you balance out your books and understanding your business, because you got these half commission and half booth rental and all of this. But then when I break down your finances, I understand why this isn't right, because you've been doing this for year after year after year, and you haven't even mastered this small piece, which is behind your chair yet. And so I have to step back and I have to say, okay, God, is this what I got to do first? I mean, because I'm going to tell you, it really had become a struggle for me. It had become something I didn't understand, how you got a salon and 10 people in it, and you still trying to figure out how to get your client to make a standing, your client. And so I had to, and this is all the time. It's so often that it forced me to step back and to say, okay, let me look at this. Let me look at this a little differently. Because my goal, obviously, and it will never change, is to make sure these black salons don't die. That is my goal, to make sure they don't die. Because if we don't get some things together, you all crying about suites now, it's going to be more suites, or more people going back home, or more people saying, screw the hair business. It's going to be more of that if people can't figure out how to navigate and grow in this industry. So I had a person ask me, and this is not a salon owner, asked me maybe about a year ago, did I have a program set up for people who are trying to do, client retention and build their clients and all this type of stuff. And this person wasn't a salon owner. And I remember telling her, she's actually a stylist that's my client. I do her hair. And she was like, Nikki, I know you know how to do it. Can you help me and maybe some other people with that aspect? And I didn't want to stretch myself too thin. So I said, you know what? I told her no, is basically what I said. I said, no, her name is Tina. I said, no, Tina, I ain't got time for that. I don't have time. I'm focused on salon owners and getting their businesses together and this, and that, because I done been through all the struggles and challenges. And, you know, I'm going through this whole spiel with her. So that was a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago. So now let's fast forward. My goal hasn't changed, but I'm having to deal with the same issues with non-salon owners that I am with salon owners, because people are opening these salons and they haven't yet mastered their chair. They haven't done it yet. So I'm like, okay, how do I restructure this? Or how do I make sure people understand the realities between it's going to change when you're still trying to figure out how to get a client in your chair, how to get them to make a weekly or a bi-weekly or whatever it is that you're trying to do. When you're still out and you're having to pass, having to, not choosing to, having to pass out cards and do freebies to get people in. And when you're still building, because you know there's a difference in building your business and growing your business. Those are two totally different things. And I was under the impression that people that were, when they were ready to open a salon, were growing their business, meaning expansion, meaning add to. No. I was wrong. 90% of the stylists I have talked to in the last 2 years have not mastered their chair. They are still scrapping for client week after week, day after day. I ask people stuff like this. I've asked many of them, do you know how to do a commitment or have a commitment conversation? These are things that I learned, and I realized obviously a lot of people didn't learn that. And when I break, they're like, what does that mean? And when I break down to them what that means and how that works, the first thing they say, and they're honest, they're like, no, I've never done that. Let me just give you a snippet of what a commitment conversation is, especially in a salon industry, because people come back. They want to come back. When a person gets in your chair, this is the place that you want to have this conversation, meaning you're finishing them, you're styling them. Barber's a little different because y'all ain't got them in there that long. But when you're styling them, I don't care what you've talked about before that point, this is the commitment, or as they say, the closing period of your business. When they're in that chair, all you're talking about is how'd you, especially if they're new, how'd you enjoy your service? They'll say, oh, it was really great. Well, what is your schedule like during the week? They'll say whatever. Are you a typical salon person, or do you like doing your hair at home? Are you weekly? But you start asking these type of questions to kind of probe how they look at the salon. Then after they say that, you say, if they say something like, well, yeah, I would like to, I really do want to go somewhere regularly and make sure that, I can keep my hair healthy, and they go through this whole conversation. Then you'll say stuff like, well, I'm using me, for example, you actually can have I have a discounted program, basically, where the more often you come, the more money you save. So if you weekly save this amount of money, bi-weekly save this amount of money, and randoms, they pretty much just pay regular price. But if you stay random over a certain period, then I'll be able to, slide you in some discounts, or you'll be comped a free service. And this is all the stuff we're talking about while we in that chair. I'm not caring what you're doing this weekend. I'm not caring what you and your hubby and your kids got to do. Not at this point. I could ask that stuff early. You ask that stuff when they come in. Okay? And when they're in the shampoo chair is when you have the retail conversation. But a commitment conversation, while I got you in this chair, I'm going to close you. I'm going to talk about everything that gets you to want to come back. And if you're doing online scheduling, I fight with people on this online thing all the time, because you cannot 100% depend on people to just push a button and book. At some point, you're going to have to talk to people to upsell them, to get them to do things differently, try some stuff. You're going to have to do that. So what I suggest, okay, if you say I ain't doing all that, I'm going to stay online, cool. What I suggest you do then is while they're in your chair, you make them pull out their phone and you make them, while you're watching them, set up weekly, bi-weekly, push the right services. If you just gave them, I'm about to teach color. This is my Color Me Crazy segment. They'll be in here a little later. I'm about to teach color. So when I teach color, I teach them, this is your color cycle. You get all this today. That's the 911 we call it. Then next week, whether it's weekly or bi-weekly, whatever it is, the next time you get this, the next time you get that, all the way till the cycle starts over again and you get everything all over again. I literally will create that for them. While they're in my chair, I will say, this what you push. Go to this day. Push, you need this, that. Okay? Go to this day. This, that. Why are we not doing that? Why? I don't understand. We talk about everything else in the salon except what builds our business, and then we're crying because they don't come back. Because let me tell you something. By the time that client left there, I don't care how much she loved you and loved how you did her hair, she probably thinking about something else. And not to say they won't cancel, because they will sometimes. But you want to start building her into a commitment mindset while she's in your shop. Fine. Do it online. You navigate it. You tell them, go on. Matter of fact, you want to get real clever? Let me take a drink. You want to get real clever? Get yourself an iPad. Set your iPad up. Use it as a scheduling station. One of the doctors I go to, that's how they do it. They ain't even got no front desk people no more. They got a big old iPad Pro up there with all this stuff. Everybody come in, you type whatever, your name. If it's something else you need, next to, I mean, I love it personally. You ain't got to talk to nobody. You talk to them when you get back there. We have got to change the way we're doing stuff. And for those of you all that are salon owners, I get it. It's like having a baby and you wasn't ready. It's here now. Now we just got to figure it out. Let me tell you something. If you are a full-time stylist, and I get it, I am shifting the way I'm even coaching now. Because, matter of fact, my next coaching contract will have a component of client retention, building commitment. Because let me tell you what I did learn when I was actually in the salon doing what I, working crazy. I actually learned, because early on I didn't know all of what I know now. I learned as I went and I implemented it, but I realized that people watched me. Even when I didn't necessarily tell them do this, do that, they watched everything I did. My workers watched everything I did. They watched how I talked to my people. They watched how I still today. Good morning, so-and-so. How you doing? How was your vacation? Whatever you remember about them, your days off, whatever. I always say thank you. And please come back again. I still, 31 years later, still do that. Still. And my people have been with me forever. It became, I was on autopilot. It became just automatic. But all of those things, so I'm saying to you, since you haven't, you salon owner, still haven't mastered your chair while you trying to still fix this shop, you are going to have to, if you don't know how to talk and teach and train your people into doing what it is that you need them to do, then you're going to have to be a hellified example. They're going to have to watch you and see, okay, I'm going to say what she says. I'm going to do what she does. Think about, a lot of us have been places and we don't know how the flow goes. We don't really know the order of stuff. So what do? You sit back and watch what other people do. You say, okay, obviously you go there and then you go there. You figure it out. I am starting a program in my coaching, and I'm thinking about starting it independently, but I ain't got time for that. My coaching program going forward will have pretty large components of mastering your chair. Mastering your chair, let me explain what that means. I'm wasting my tea on my iPad, guys. What that means is when you get to the point, there's nowhere else to put them. There's no more hours in a day. You can't let people get nothing other than what they ask for. There is just no more time. You got a waiting list 3-4 months out. You having to tell people no on a regular basis. When you find yourself, and I'm going to give you all a marker, when you find yourself existing that way for 5 years straight, no dips, no, because let me tell you something. When you master your chair, a slow day for you is like busy for other people when you master that chair. But you have to intentionally shift your conversations. You have to shift even just some of the way maybe the order of your salon is. For those of you all that are salon owners, you're going to have to be real strategic with the people that you allow into your space so they don't wreck the order. So these are things, I get it. You ain't got there yet. Most of us who are now going the other way is because we've mastered the check. Those of us that are going that way and we good with it and we're not struggling with it is because we mastered that chair. We did it already. We ain't looking for no more clients. If you are a salon owner and you are still looking for clients for you, not for your people, that means you haven't mastered your chair. And let's think about that for a minute. You're a salon owner. You're still looking for people for your chair. How do you handle a walk-in when it comes in the door? Do you keep them for yourself? Do you share them with other people? When you haven't mastered your chair and you're now a salon owner, this becomes a dilemma for you. Because realistically, if you seriously trying to still build your chair, you rather take them. Because you need the money. You want to make sure that they sit in your chair and you figure maybe you can make them come back better than anybody else. But if you're not in that position, you more willingly are able to share and help other people grow because you yourself aren't just trying to build your business. This is important, y'all. I'm telling you. It is, and it has been, I have literally been up. I'm talking wide-eyed, not out the bed, but up since 2 o'clock this morning because I'm bothered by it. And I think I'm more bothered by the fact that the people that are owning salons really believe that your salon is going to reach its pinnacle of success. Now, don't get me wrong. They can exist. Oh, yeah, they can exist. Salons can exist fine. They can exist fine with the owner doing hair all day behind the chair, and as long as everybody pay their rent on time and this, and that, and the other. Yeah, they can exist fine. I know many salons that are existing that way. No hiccups. Everybody pay their rent. Everybody lives in mediocrity. That's how everybody lives. And for some people, that is fine. But if you are one that wants to reach your pinnacle of salon ownership, of mastering your own career, then the balance of both of those at the same time is going to become a situation where you're going to have to become real intentional, real strategic, maybe shift your days up so you can give one part a little attention and the next part the other. How many, this is something else I've seen. So many of my salon owners that do have people in their chairs, they have workers, booth rent or commission, but they're so busy behind their chair. They're so busy that you got all kind of people coming at you, trying to sabotage you, doing stuff, trying to kill your business, but you can't even pay attention. You can't even pay attention because all you can look at is what's right here in this chair. I have been in salons where eventually something blew up that was totally, the owner was hit by the blind side, and I'm like, you weren't hit by the blind side. You wasn't in a position to pay attention. And I'm going to tell you something. This is also a decision you can make. If you yourself can't pay attention, then you better account for somebody to work in that space. Call them a receptionist. Call them a cleanup person. I don't care what you call them, but you better get somebody that can be your eyes and your ears there. If you want to just do hair, which is what y'all want to do, you want to just do hair and you're really not that vested in running this baby that you, or raising this baby that you birthed, then you better get somebody in there that can pay attention, because a lot can go on while you slaving under this chair. I talked to somebody last week and they asked me something, and this is kind of the stage that I'm at too. I talk to people every week. People call consultations every week about people that want to join. It's at least 5 or 6 of them a week, every week. And I tell them no, a lot. I tell them you ain't ready. I will tell, and this, it's been brewing on me. I done told them, you need to get the chair straight. Now, what I did, and I'm going to go back to what I was going to say, I decided, because everybody can't afford coaching, I get that. I decided to start a private Facebook page where I do 4 videos a month, and one of them is interactive. And that's all I deal with is client retention, how to upsell, how to schedule, stuff that a stylist bona fide need to know. I started that and I started it. I didn't even want to start it really, but I said, you know what, I got to, because I know how. I mean, I got that down to a science. That's how I was able to do what I did. But I said, I got to start something. And I am here to serve. So I'm like, fine, you can't pay for coaching. I told the people that already joined it, look, $50 a month, cancel at any time. I don't care. I'm going to put these videos on here, and I add you to the page. As long as you pay it up, you'll be able to watch these videos. I will walk step by step by step how to get them, how to keep them, how to go looking for them. I have went out and hustled for clients to do a class for. I ain't got no problem getting them in here. And I'm talking about color. I didn't win in beauty supplies and be like, look, y'all want some color? Because I ain't got no problem talking to people. I do that still today. You're going to have to grind. You're going to have to talk. Or you're going to have to pay somebody that knows how to talk. This never changes. I don't care how much digital media we got. There are still going to be times, as Simon Sinek says, when human connection is needed. Human connection. You know, Simon Sinek, I love him. He's a new author, and he made a really good comment at his TED Talks, which he did way back when. He said bloggers, bloggers, they have this big blogger sphere conference in Vegas, and he talks a lot about how we've lost human connection, how we've lost the ability to talk to a person and build the ticket as opposed to just giving them what, and he talked about all this stuff. And he said, well, if we didn't need human connection, bloggers, they feel like the internet is the be-all. It ain't nothing better. But even bloggers, even people who make their money 100% virtually, still come together, 50,000 of them, in Vegas every year, because nothing replaces face-to-face communication. Nothing. At some point, y'all, I'm telling you, you want to master your chair, you're going to have to talk to people. Sometimes, I get it. You don't want them calling you all day, fine. Put them on a schedule. Maybe have your scheduling system set up where certain things they got to talk to you about. Talk to them while they're there. I've watched people. You don't even talk to them while they're there. And then the first thing you tell me when you want to come open a salon, because I got 2 groups. One is for people that want to open a salon. First thing you do, and this is my new profiling criteria. You come to me and say you want to open a shop, and you say, I need you to help me do it. First thing I'm going to ask you is, you still a hairstylist? You say, yeah. I'm going to say, what does your chair look like? How many clients you got? How many regular clients you got? How often do you have a tight schedule? I'm going to ask you every question in the world, because the only person that I can see at this point taking on in that group, or you have to go to my other group, is a person that tells me, I'm trying to go the other way. I just want to run the business. I'm not trying to build a chair. That's different. But 90% of y'all still trying to get customers. You still trying to master that chair. You cannot master it. Hold on. Let me get another drink. You cannot master that chair without communication, without understanding your craft, without continual education. You will never master it. And not only that, if you don't become the standard, that you believe in education, that you believe in good customer service, that you believe in good products, that you believe in going to class, going to shows, I don't care what it is. If you are not that way, you also will not be a good example to the people that sit under you. You know why I didn't have to scrap for people when I had my salons for 21 years? Is because even when I didn't know how to tell you what to do, I could show you what to do. I could say, you know what? I don't know what to tell you, but I'm about to go over here. Y'all want to go? And it was a class, a show, or something. I knew how to do customer service. And even if I couldn't tell you, you say this, that, and that, I could show you. So you're going to have to do one or the other or both. Or your salon ownership is going to die while you still building your chair. And I got people coming to me and they're conflicted about the salon is sucking up all my money and I'm tired of it and I need to be able to maneuver some kind of way, and it's breaking my heart, y'all. Look, I sleep good every night. I've been up since 2 o'clock in the morning because I'm like, Jesus, I got to do this thing different. I got to do it different because out of the I don't know how many people I coach, but out of however many I coach, this is at least 75%. This is the story. And I'm like, I almost want to just throw the paper away and say, okay, let's just start this thing over. Because you done stepped out in the deep and you done went and got this shop and you paying $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month. And I've heard people say this, even though I don't think you should do this, but at least it makes more sense to what I'm saying. They say, well, when I open me a shop, I'm going to at least make sure that my clients and what I make in my clientele can pay for it. I don't suggest you do that either, but at least that makes more sense. I got people stepping out, opening the salons. They ain't even got clients. You don't even have that to pay for what you got. And then what do? Now you got to go get another job. Now you got to go work at the hospital. Now you got to go work at wherever, you know, do dead people at the mortuary. And I'm all about additional revenue streams. If y'all listen to me, y'all know that. I'm 100% for additional revenue streams regardless. But y'all doing it because you got to. You're not doing it because you want to. You're doing it because you got to. And I'm literally like, okay, I'm trying to figure this thing out, y'all. And I just woke up this morning and said, God, before I leave this earth, I'm going to help as many that want to be helped in this industry. I love this business. I said, but I got to go back. I realized I got to go back. I can't even just deal with building a salon. I can't even just deal with legal structure and wholesaling and retailing and taxes and I'm trying to think of the other stuff. I got so much on that contract. Honestly, with some of y'all, I can't even talk about that at all. It's foreign to you. It's Portuguese to you because you haven't even figured out how to master your chair. Seriously. I'm like, get this thing out. I really am. I'm like, God, it was an epiphany for me because I've been really hammering people like, come on, let's deal with this and that. It was literally God himself woke me up and said, let me help you restructure some things. Let me help you restructure. Hold on, my battery's about to die. I don't know why I'm plugged up. God is like, let me help you restructure some things mentally because I'm at that shifting stage in my life. Leader shifting is what John Maxwell calls it. And I said, God, I gotta approach this differently. My goal is to help. My goal, I ain't about taking people's money. I don't care nothing about that. Because if that was the case, every soul that called me, I'd say, come on. I have told more people no in the last month than I've said no to probably in the last year. No, you ain't ready. I done told people, you don't need a coach, you need a counselor. I got people calling me with deep-rooted emotional issues, and they losing clients, and they this and that. And I've told them, I said, let me tell you something, because I'm honest, and I don't believe in taking people's money and not helping them. I said, you don't need a coach, you need counseling. You are still existing in something that happened 20 years ago, and no matter what I tell you, if this block, if this thing has taken over you, and you have what we call learned helplessness, if you are there, everything you touch from this moment on, you're going to sabotage because you don't believe it. You don't understand it. You're still blaming everybody on what happened. And I actually told this to a person. I said, I'm going to say this, and you just going to have, that's just me. It's in love. You're blaming everybody and everything for where you are because something happened to you tragic years ago and you got stuck right there. How many of us know people? They just get stuck right there. And I'm like, you don't need a coach. You need a counselor. And I asked her, has she ever went to counseling? And I wasn't playing. I was serious. She said, no. I said, you need to. I said, right now? And she tried, I'll pay you in full. I don't want your money. I want you to get the help you need. When you get the help you need and then you're ready, then you come holler at me. But right now, nothing I would do for you would stick because you don't have it yet. You're missing it. I said, and you need, we all need help sometime. Let me get my tea here. We all need help sometime. I told her, look, black people, for any of y'all that still exist in that mindset that to get help, people think you crazy. Look, y'all better get you some help. You better pay for it. You do whatever. If you need to talk to somebody, sometimes I don't even necessarily want to call it help. Sometimes we just need a sounding board. We need somebody to vent to. We need somebody that's unbiased, that could look at us just for our issues and what it is and listen to us. Some people don't even have people they can listen to. They don't. You know, I used to be one because I like to sleep on flights. I really do because I fly a lot. And you get next to somebody on the flight and they just want to talk. And There have been times I'll be like, you know what, really, I really want to go to sleep. But then there have been other times that God put on my heart, they need somebody to talk to. They just do. And I just forgo sleep, even though I want to sleep, and I just listen to them. And sometimes it's like, if that's all they need, is somebody to listen to them for an hour and a half, 2 hours, however long this flight is, that's cool. I'll sleep when I get there. Okay? But this is something we need to do. All of us have had some struggles. All of us have had some struggles, but you still got to keep going. For those of you all that saw my video last year about checking out, that thing is real. And I didn't want to do that video, y'all know. God just kept making me, I kept saying, no, God, I ain't doing that for like a month. And then finally I said, God, I get it. And I said, I know my people that I love so much. They need to understand that if you got some issues, you need to get them fixed. But as you want to expand, as you want to grow, and maybe this is the thing too, you got to understand the difference in building and growing. Building is like when you don't have customers and you're trying to get them in your chair. You're still out grinding and hustling and trying to get them to either come in your salon and sit in your chair. That's building your business. That's when you're building it. Growing is when you're taking what you have and you're expanding it. You're using your experiences to possibly launch your business to another level, or level up as we call it. That's growing your business. And then when you get there, every new tier, you have to build that. And then you grow, and then you build that. And then you grow. And see, I built a rock solid coaching program. I mean, when I look at how many people I still coach and have coached, I probably have more people than the average people that have been doing it for years. But the thing is, I had to retract back and say, okay, how effective has this been? And most have said it's been great for them. But then you got the other people that they say they love it. They just want to talk to me, and that's fine too. But they're missing it because they haven't mastered that chair. They still are trying to figure out the chair. And for those of you all on here that may have had children young, you know what I'm talking about. When you was trying to still figure you out, and you 18, 17, maybe 20, and you still trying to figure you out, but then you turn around and now you get pregnant, and now you got a baby, and now while you's trying to figure you out, you also got to be a mother or a father, and it's hard. I ain't say it's impossible. I ain't say your kid gonna grow up and be nuts and crazy, but it becomes now you have just complicated your life extremely. Okay, you have just made your life incredibly complicating, and you're gonna have to figure it out, because now you gotta work, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, but now this other thing that you birthed is pulling at you. It's requiring the same amount of time from you, or at least enough time, and here you are, you're now in the struggle. You're in the struggle. I can tell you this: if you call me and you want help, you're gonna get help in one way or the other. If I think you're ready for straight up salon ownership, or you're in it and I think you're at the point where you just need some help to grow you, then I got you. But if you call me and you think that's what you need, but what you need is help building, mastering your chair so that you also can be an example to those that are trying to master theirs, then I'm going to put you over here, okay? Because they're not the same. They're not one and the same. They definitely intertwine, because the chair obviously is a big part of what we do, but you yourself have to be able to stretch your brain and focus on all these other balls in the air, and not just that one body in your seat. It just is a reality. So I have made the decision that, and the people that are actually in my private Facebook group, it was really my Salon Owner Strategies group. And I haven't even told them yet. They already in it. I told them the videos to start March 1st. Because I pre-record them. Videos to start March 1st. I'm swinging them actually to another group called Build. Okay? And I'll get into that later. It's an acronym as well. Build. And B-U-I-L-D. Because you're building something. You're not growing it. okay? And I want you to understand how important it is to get the lessons from building so you can transfer that into the people that come in your space, and you got to build them. Or as John Maxwell says, and I'm saying this because I'm still reading his leadership book, he has the best terms. He calls it layered learning. That means every time you learn something, it just becomes layered on top of layers on top of layers, and before you know it, you got all this information and you don't even know that you know it. And this now becomes the thing that makes you the person that people want to work for, because now you got the information. You can tell them how to master their chair. You can tell them how to build services. You can tell them how to, increase revenue streams, do more social media, whatever the thing is. You now can tell them what to do, but it is extremely difficult and virtually impossible when you are still full-time now. I ain't saying just, maybe you just shifted gears. I know I got a lot of people that go from regular hairstyle and now maybe they want to go into trichology or go into color. That's growing what you're doing. That's different. You just go in another direction. You like, okay, I want to be a specialist. I don't want to be a generalist anymore. I want to be a specialist. That's a whole different thing. But I'm talking about when you 2 today, 5 tomorrow. It's a problem, guys. So what I also realized is that we are not opening businesses to run them. Meaning those of us that are hairstylists, a lot of us didn't really open them with the mindset that I'm going to run my own business. We literally opened them so we can do more hair. Did y'all hear what I said? We opened them so we can do more hair. So we can just do more hair without rules, without restrictions. I can do what I want to do, and I can go where I want to go, and I can come and go as I want to go. And then the reality sets in where doing more hair is keeping you from running your business. And now you're like, Lord, what do I do? Because I ain't mastered the chair yet. I'm still building customers. It just becomes something we just don't even think about. So, hey, I ain't going to reinvent the wheel. I'm just going to take it and we just going to improve it. We're going to make the wheel better. All right? So I made the decision. Hey, you birthed the baby here now. So ain't no need to talk about coulda, woulda, shoulda. You got the salon. You had the baby. Now, if you want me to help you, which I would love to do, then you go on my website, knowledgebynikki.com. And that's with 1K, knowledgebynikki, NIKI.com. As soon as you open the page, you'll see coaching consultation free. You want to holler at me and talk about where you fit and what it is you think you need to do? Because I literally have just got to the point that I just tell people, no, because I'm not going to play. No, we don't need to do this. We're going to do something else. Now, if you want to do that, I got you. But we're not going to do this because it's no need of me having a full salon ownership building program. And all you want to do is still do hair. And Tina, I thank God to Tina, my client, who actually dropped this in my soul a year and a half ago and asked me what I do with it. And I told her no. So I got to call Tina and tell her, okay, Tina, I decided to do what you asked me to do. I wasn't going to do it. Because I can do it. It's nothing hard. I didn't think there was as big of a need. That's why I really kind of brushed her off. I'm like, girl, I don't need to help you build your chair. And this is what I told her. And she was like, yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. And I was like, And I just disregarded what I just told her, no, Tina, I ain't doing it. Then I realized I really got to do this. I got to get my salon owners straight behind their chair before they can even run their businesses. Just like I told you, some people need counseling before they get coaching. I got to literally go back and do this. So I'm restructuring that whole program. I'm like, I think I'm going to make the first couple months of it, I believe. I ain't even figured it out yet because I've been up since 2 and I just decided to do it. But it's necessary because my goal is not to let the salons die, guys. I got a salon owners conference coming up in Vegas. It's going to be off the chain. The last one we did was off the chain. People were like, they were so happy wasn't no hair being done. And ain't no hair here. If you want to learn how to get your salon together, this is what you going to do. And now dig this, y'all. I have 4 or 5 hours that were, I call them, the hotel blessed me with them because I wasn't even contracted for this particular room for these hours. Actually, it's 8 hours. And they said, no, you got that room too for the whole time. And didn't charge me no extra. I said, oh, okay. So what I'm going to do is I wasn't going to add that component to it, but I figure, hey, I know how to do it. So I'm going to add that component to the Salon Owner Strategies Conference, because the reality is some of you all have not mastered that chair. So even though you come here and get these great nuggets, I got 16 educators, I got 18 if you count me and the host. We got some workshops. I mean, it's layered learning for real, and it's everything concerning the salon industry. I'm going to have to teach that class, because the reality is a lot of the salon owners there have not mastered that chair. And that's why they're struggling in the salon area, because they're still trying to focus on the chair. They're still every day focusing on, what do I do to get more clients in here? So I haven't figured that out yet, how I'm going, because I'm everywhere. But I'm going to make that a class. I'm going to make that one of the classes that I do at the conference. I at first was telling everybody, I ain't teaching at the conference because I'm tired. They're like, no, you have to teach. So I'm going to go ahead and teach. And I haven't even figured out what it's going to be. I might call it Mastering the Chair. Good enough, huh? That sound good? Y'all give me a thumbs up if y'all think that's all right. Mastering the Chair? Sound like a plan? So I think that may be what I call it. I think I may call it Mastering Your Chair, because like I said, it's still baffling to me, but I get it. I get it. If you ain't got that chair straight, see, I didn't go into the salon until I was like, I really had clients to share. I opened my first salon in 92. And in 92, I was rock stupid solid. Like, I mean, I had, people were like, forget it. We just ain't gonna never get in. So we just had to find somebody else. So what started happening was my assistants, who early on were licensed, or like newly licensed, like, you know, or students out of school, but were ready to take their test. They were all kind of in that genre. So I was able to literally pass my overflow to these girls. I mean, that was before I opened the shop. So once I opened the shop, it was kind of like second nature to me. I literally my business was built. It wasn't nowhere to put nobody, period. And that was 3-4 years after I had started doing hair. Yeah, somewhere back in there, 88, somewhere in there, 4 years after. So this might have been more like 93. I'm sorry, I opened my salon 93, because it's about 5 years later. I had built my business stupid solid. In 3 years, 3 to 5 years, I mean, I was killing it. Now, we know it was a different time back then. Different time, different era. Things were not the same, and that's cool. But I'm telling you, it can still be done today. I see people doing it. Everybody's salons ain't failing. Y'all do know that, right? Not everybody. I deal with people all over the place. You got a whole lot of salons doing well because they didn't figure it out. They didn't figure it out. But I will tell you, most of the salons that are doing well, black salons, the ones that are doing what I call well, you know, everybody got a different idea of what well is, are not the ones where the owner is slaving behind that chair. They're not. So we got to get you there. We got to get you there. I got to get you from hustling to being a real business person. But that's okay. While you hustling, I'm gonna teach you to go from being a drug dealer to a real business person. Because, see, even they got sense enough to know that at some point they got to do it right. All right? So I'm going to teach you how to be a real business person. But we're going to master that chair first. We're going to master that chair. We're going to make sure that chair is solid. And you can kind of move and go whatever direction you want to go in by that time. So that if nothing else, you can be the best example ever to the people that you serve. Okay? That sound like a plan? You all are interested? Definitely go on my website. You want to talk about it, figure out where you fit. I got Knowledge by Nikki. Nikki is NIKI.com. There's a tab soon as you go on it that says consultation, coaching consultation, and it's free. It's 90 minutes. I take 90 minutes out. I just holler, talk to me. What are you going to do? And I'm going to tell you straight up, no, you either here or there, or I'm not going to do it at all. But I'm going to be honest with you, and I'm going to make sure if I got somewhere to send you to get what you need, I'm going to do that. But I just realized I have to leader shift, which is what John Maxwell says, and that's what I'm doing. I'm shifting so that I can be more effective in what it is that I'm doing. So y'all holler at me. It's 7:05. My people, I got to pick them up or either send an Uber for them because my daughter is not able to be here today, my chauffeur, at 8:30. So I'm going to take a little breather. My little church come on. I'm going to watch it on the big TV back here. Y'all see the TV? I'm going to watch church on TV back here. I'm going to be a TV member today. And I'm just going to relax. because this is an all-day class. Color Me Crazy, guys, is off the chain, by the way. And I didn't start Color Me Crazy to just teach y'all how to do some more color and do some more hair. I started it really as a business growing or business building mechanism. And for those that are maybe salon owners, it's a building business growing mechanism. So I'm actually, y'all stay, if y'all get out of church, don't be looking at me while y'all in church now. But if y'all get out of church, go like my Color Me Crazy color stuff now. KOLORMECRAZEE. Color Me Crazy. I'm actually going to come back and I'm going to do a little bit. I'm going to show you a little bit of the business part because we do that for like the first couple hours. And I'm going to show you a little bit of that on the Color Me Crazy page today. So we're going to go live. Now, again, don't y'all be looking at me while y'all in church. Y'all can come catch the playback later. But class starts at 9, so I'll probably go on maybe about 9:15, 9:30, whenever I can get them in here and get situated. But that's something that is also a business building, and really it's really more growing. It's really more growing than building, because most people, when I try to get them to start evolving more into color, it's really taking the clients they already have. So that's more of a growth technique. That's a growth system. When building is like you trying to just get people in the door. So it's really more of a business growing service. And so I'm going to talk to a little bit about this. Is 3 days, y'all. You can go on my website to see the Color Me Crazy. Just put it in Color Me Crazy seminars. I got them all year long. And I got the people that are coming today. And one of them is actually coming back. I got people that come back to the seminar. They're like, girl, I need to come back. Because color is vast. It's a lot. It's a whole nother animal. So, and it's a lot. I give you 8 hours today, 8 hours tomorrow, 8 hours, guys. I'll be tired too. And then Tuesday is about 6 hours. But it's set up where today it's like theory on steroids. Like, for real. Theory, just science. Even though I have a color line, I don't even deal just with my color. I want to tell you what all is out there. This is color, non-branded. It's just color. Everything you learn in here is just about color. That's it. So once we do that, then next day, we go into see these mannequins. Can y'all see these? Look what I got, y'all. Is this not the cutest thing ever? We don't have to do the table stands no more, the tripod stands. I got these little bitty table tripods that see this mannequin? This is what they get. So this is, it's actually like probably about a level 6 with white. So we call that gray. It acts just like gray. This is about a level 8, and this is about a level 6 with a copper base, and this is about a level 4. The goal of this is when they leave here, this mannequin got to be all one color. That means they got to really kill formulation, right? They got to kill it, okay? So this is one of the things that you get. It's a whole bunch of stuff you get with this class. They're always in Chicago. It's 8 hours today, 8 hours tomorrow, and I will get up at 2, right? See, y'all had me bothered. I done got up at 2, now I'm going to be sleepy. That's why I'm over here drinking this stuff. But, once I get to talking, I'll be okay. But by the time they get ready to leave, I'm going to crash, okay? So this is another business, that's a tongue twister, business building strategy. It's color. I approach it that way. I am not approaching it. We do that too. We balayage and color melt. We do that. That's on the last day. Oh, the second day, I cut my own self off. The second day is those mannequins. That's why I picked it up. We do everything we learned the first day. We do the second day on the mannequins. Everything. That's color removing, everything. Then the third day, guess what, guys? I bring in real people. I got real people. And these real people come in here, and I don't care what they want. They get whatever they want, and I teach you how to do it in a real circumstance, proper consultations, what goes into a consultation, what you need to have prepared for clients. Consultations ain't free. I make sure you leave here with a price list. You ain't guessing about how much stuff going to cost, and what am I going to charge for this? Do I charge it to here? You going to know all that. You going to know all that when you get through, okay? If you all too lazy to go online, then hit me up on 800-580-8074. You can text me. Don't call me today, y'all, because I'm going to be in class. Text me. 800-580-8074. Hey, Nicola, put that up for me, baby. That's my Stretch member who has graduated from Stretch. I love Nicole, y'all. I do. I'm gonna come see you in New York, Nicole. All right, put that number up there for me, Nicole. 800-580-8074. It's one of the baddest trichologists in the land. That's Nicole Forbes over there, over in New York City. All right, but I'm getting ready to get off of here so I can have a break. I'm going to try not to fall asleep. Thank you, Nicola. I'm going to try not to fall asleep before these people come, but I may have to give me a couple of Red Bulls and all this other. I don't really drink Red Bulls, but I think I'm going to drink one today, okay? Because y'all been worrying me since 2 o'clock, y'all. But for real, y'all, I got to go. Peace out. Share this video with everybody. Share it because I want people to get it, okay? Peace out. I got to go, y'all. I got to go. Y'all know I'll be on here all day, but go on my Color Me Crazy page, KOLORMECRAZEE, because I'm going to go back live and we're going to show a little bit of the class. So y'all remember to do that, okay? Peace out. See you tomorrow.